Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
Reactions to the latest RJR Gleaner Don Anderson polls. All 9 escapees from Constant Spring lockup jailbreak back in police custody. And later in sports, reggae boy Leon Bailey sustains injury after signing loan with AS Roma.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson. Here are the details. Reactions this afternoon to the latest RJR Gleaner Don Anderson poll, which shows that Jamaica's 2 main political parties are running stride for stride in party standings, just weeks ahead of the September 3 general election. Details in this report.
It's a political dead heat. According to the latest RJR Gleaner Don Anderson poll, 34.7% of respondents say they would vote for the People's National Party, while marginally trailing behind is the governing Jamaica Labour Party at 33.9%. The poll shows that voter apathy is a factor in the general election. Voter apathy is a lack of engagement, interest, or enthusiasm among eligible voters. 17.1% have indicated that they will not be voting or not planning to do so. The remaining 14.3% make up the undecided members of the voting population. Speaking on the morning agenda on Power 106 Thursday, political analysts Howard Mitchell and Damian Gordon gave their analysis.
I'm not surprised by the latest finding because the latest findings are consistent with the energy on the ground and what previous polls have indicated, that this is likely to be a close election. Yes, and the statistical deadbeat is evidence of this. But I think that over the next 2 weeks, as we see a further intensification of the campaign, I feel strongly that some of the people who are undecided currently, who I think are disgruntled supporters of the 2 political parties.
The political system within the next 2 weeks is going to change and manipulate and maneuver their offerings in a way that they think would be attractive to make these people make the decision.
And on the issue of voter apathy,
people look at the alternatives, examine and to a great extent analyze what they're offering and what their credibility is and reject them. And I don't think that's really apathy. It's not either that they don't care, it's that they do not genuinely believe that either side have something to offer them.
And with 2 weeks before the election, the political analysts shared their view on what they believe will separate the 2 parties.
Based on what we've seen over the last several polls, we can, I think we're in a position now to predict quite reliably that this election will generally be decided, will be a contest of the 2 bases of the 2 political parties.
This is the time when you're going to see the big, huge offerings. This is when the 1.5 billion tax thing will come out, the free health, the free education. This, when they're close to the table and they're frantically casting about for gifts to offer that would cause you to either make up your mind if you're undecided or if you're the person who has been turned off to say, well, boy, I guess there's something in it. Let me take it. Even though I don't believe in the system, let me go for it.
Nakinski Robinson, TVJ News.
Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coleridge Mento, has confirmed that a man seen in a viral video making violent threats has been arrested and charged. The video shared on TikTok shows Giovanni Skeen, otherwise known as Mother Love, saying that if his preferred candidate does not win in the upcoming general election, violence would follow. In the video, Skeen made the threatening remarks, including references to using guns and harming others for political reasons. After the video was brought to the attention of the police, a special operation was carried out on Wednesday in the Balaclava area. Skeen was found and taken into custody. He has since been charged with using audio-visual communication to promote violence. Skeen is a clothes vendor from Marlborough District in Balaclava, St. Elizabeth. As Jamaicans await the upcoming general election debates, there have been questions if the discussions will influence voters to go to the polls on election day. Chairman of the Jamaica Debates Commission, Brian Schmidt, was a guest on TVJ's Smile Jamaica Thursday. The Jamaica Debates Commission has been around since 2002. The series of debates have been adopted as part of efforts to fall in line with what has been happening worldwide in more mature democracies. But what is the importance of the national debates? Brian Schmidt is chairman of the Jamaica Debates Commission.
Debates allows the public a chance to see those who are vying for office side by side in a very fair setting where you can compare them and see what they have to offer. Because at the end of the day, you know, what you're doing is you're voting for the leadership of your country and management of your country. So what it does, it takes you away from the normal rhetoric of a political rally and that kind of thing and creates a much more sober, dispassionate and impartial platform for you to look on and come to your decision. So
Mr. Schmidt explained how the debates have been impactful over the years.
After every debate cycle, we do research. And what we have seen very, very consistently is that the public says the debates have significantly influenced their decision. And it's very interesting that there are times when you've seen that there has been a significant impact on them changing their decision. So that speaks to me very, very loudly about how important the debates are.
He added that 65% of polls done by the JDC have revealed that the population believe the national debates should be mandatory. And Mr. Schmidt gave a breakdown of the structure of the debates.
What the Commission does is the debates are structured as social issues, the economy, and leadership. We suggest to the journalists themes for each debate. Now the journalists make their own questions.
Okay. The first of 3 debates will be around social issues this Saturday, August 23 at 9 p.m. The second debate will be on the economy on Tuesday, August 26, and the final will be the leadership debate on Thursday, August 28. In the meantime, Chairman of the Jamaica Debates Commission, Brian Schmidt, revealed that this year's debate will be different.
This year, we're doing 2 things that are different. One, coming out of the research, respondents have said that they would like to have more questions asked and more questions answered. So what we've done is we've dropped the traditional opening statements, because traditionally you have the opening statements and the closing statements. And those tend to be very, very similar. So we've dropped the opening statements because that's going to allow for more questions and answers. Another important change is that the economy debate has been changed to a team format. We've moved away from what was previously a one-on-one.
One against one.
Yeah, one against one.
The Jamaica Constabulary Force is confirming that the last escapee from the Constant Spring lockup who was on the run has turned himself in. All 9 escapees are now back in police custody. It follows Tuesday's jailbreak at the Constant Spring lockup. Meanwhile, a woman has been charged for harboring one of the escapees. The men escaped the lockup after reportedly cutting through a grill and a metal door. The breach was discovered during routine checks by the police. The Craft Village and Carter Park in Portland are set to benefit from improved sanitation infrastructure as the National Water Commission, NWC, moves to install lift stations at both sites. The intervention comes amid ongoing wastewater management challenges in the parish. Shimela Pullen reports.
For years, the Craft Village and Carter Park in Portland have been grappling with wastewater management challenges. This is due to limited sanitation infrastructure and the absence of a connection to the central sewer system. This situation can lead to environmental contamination, particularly of nearby water bodies, and poses health risks to the public.
Those within the vicinity of the Craft Village are able to have their sewage be lifted away from that space to the appropriate treatment plant. This is phase 1 of a 3-phase project. We will be continuing our expansion of our sewage and wastewater systems across townships, right across the length and breadth of Jamaica. Some are small, some will be particularly large.
Speaking at the installation ceremony for the lift station by the National Water Commission NWC, Water Minister Matthew Samuda said the project is intended to directly address long-standing wastewater and sanitation issues. In relation to the project, Mr. Samuda noted that in this, quote, season of promise, end quote, residents should embrace action rather than rely solely on words.
We are deploying capital at a faster rate, investing in potable water, irrigation systems, and importantly, yes, wastewater systems than ever before. Some $22 billion has been committed for this fiscal year. Not next fiscal year, not might come, not could come, not sound good, is already underway for deployment. That $22 billion is made up of $10.7 billion being funded from the Consolidated Fund to NWC for its Capital Works program. We expect more at supplementary after a particular event that is coming up. That includes significant works being done by the National Works Agency of approximately $5 billion through SPARK.
The move is part of the NWC's continued efforts to strengthen public health across the country.
Whether it is in Essex Valley or in the Pedro Plains, we are expanding our irrigation systems at a rate that has not been done in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, in Latin America, ever.
Shemela Pullen, TVJ News.
It is time for a break, but stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. It is now time for the Business Minute.
The Bank of Jamaica has kept its benchmark interest rate steady at 5.75% per year. The decision follows recent movements in the foreign exchange market where the dollar strengthened after the central bank pumped US $60 million into the system from the net international reserves. Despite this, a demand for about $50 million US went unsatisfied over the past 2 days. At the same time, the bank withdrew $42 billion from circulation. In a statement signed by Governor and Chairman of the Monetary Policy Committee, the BOJ also cautioned that inflation could rise above the target range of 4 to 6%, partly due to tariffs imposed on America's trading partners. Further afield, U.S. President Donald Trump is increasing his pressure on the Federal Reserve as central bankers from around the world gather in the U.S. today. Their annual symposium in Wyoming is a major economic event impacting monetary policy and consumers. Fed Chair Jerome Powell is giving the keynote speech today. Analysts say he might signal a modest rate cut given labor market concerns. Trump wants him to be more aggressive and says Powell should resign. Now also calling for the resignation of Fed Governor Lisa Cook over an allegation of mortgage fraud. Cook says she won't step down and instead will provide information and facts about her financial history. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Raquel Porto.
Time now for the top stories from around the world.
In the region, Secretary General of the Organization of American States OAS, Albert Ramdin, says CARICOM will have a critical role to play in ongoing efforts to restore stability and security in Haiti. Ramdin was addressing the OAS Permanent Council on the topic towards a Haitian-led roadmap for stability and peace with regional and international support. He said there is need for more effective coordination in a transparent manner, providing all the information available to all member states, allowing them to pinpoint what more they can do.
And we head to a quick break, but when we come back, we'll have your midday sports report.